Howdy folks, Sjporr here at Little Face Brewing. You saw the title. You clicked on the video. It's time. It is time. It is time for the 2017 Sjporr Challenge Reveal. Yes, it is. Absolutely, yes, it is. This is going to be cool. We are about to embark on one of the most challenging challenges that we have done to date. I think their former president, John F. Kennedy, said it best back in 1962. Well, I'll just let him tell you.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
President Kennedy was talking about going to the moon. We didn't go to the moon because it was easy. We went to the moon because it was hard. It was July 20th, 1969, when Neil Armstrong stepped foot on the moon. So that was quite a few years later. Seven years later, we stepped foot on the moon. So we strive to do things that are difficult because that gives us the most satisfying and gratifying ending that you could possibly. We're not doing it because it's easy. We do it because it's hard. Absolutely. This year's challenge is going to be quite a challenge. It's going to be a chess match. The Sjporr Challenge has always been the trendsetter. When we do it, other ones do it behind us. Just look what's going on out there today. There are competitions popping up left and right all over the place. But still, none of them, not any of them, are truly volunteer operated and peer judged. None of them, if you're the brewer, you're also the judge. None of them are crowning the world's best home brewer judged by their peers. None of them. We are the ones leading that path, leading into the 2017 Sjporr Challenge. In previous years, we did the challenge as just one beer, and you went through and it was judged by the peers as they went through the whole process. Throughout that process, if you've continued on, you had to brew your beer again because you didn't brew enough the first time, or you wanted to style your beer that you brewed, you wanted it to be more fresh, whatever the case may be. Well, I took a piece of that and figured, since we're doing that, well, why not, let's switch this thing up. Let's challenge the brewers to be better brewers. We can make great beers. One of us, we can make a great beer. But it takes a special brewer to make 3 great beers. Think about it. This year's challenge is going to be somewhat of a chess match. At the beginning of the challenge, you're going to have to pick, you're going to have to figure out what 3 beers you're going to want to run through this challenge. There's going to be 3 rounds. Round 1 is our typical hub round. That's the pawn round. Round 2 is going to be let me get my notes up here. Round 2 is the night round. Now that's typically the round that we chose who the country winners were. And then the 3rd round is our Imperial round. Checkmate. That's right. So it's 3 different rounds, 3 different beers. They're not all the same beer this time. You're brewing different beers for the rounds. Okay? I know, hold on to yourself. We'll get into how we're doing this. And again, we're going to have this spelled out, hopefully answer everybody's questions on the website as we move forward. The ingredients that you use per round, you can no longer use in any of the next rounds coming up. So you have, it is a bit of a chess match. It is a bit of figuring it out, strategically placing your beers where you want them. There are going to be a couple key ingredients in each round that must-be's in that round. But we're leaving it open enough that your creativity is still your creativity. It just needs to have a couple things in it. And that's the challenging part of it. So keeping in mind that what you use in, say, round 1, those ingredients can't be used again in round 2. Keep that in mind as we move forward. The pawn round, round 1. The malts we're looking at is a base malt of your choice and a crystal/caramel malt of your choice as well. However much of it you want. However much you want. And what I mean by caramel malts, anything from crystal 10 or caramel 10 the whole way up to whatever the high number is now anymore. It's a gamut of different things. So that keeps it wide open. Your base malt. And what we'll do is I'll even keep it open this way. That way, if you need, because most beers have like standard 2-row in it. What we'll do is, if you're using 2-row in different rounds, it just has to be a different manufacturer. You can use Brees in one round, you can use Baird's in another, you can use Canadian Malt in another, however it is. And that's going to be the stipulation. It's going to be the brand name of it. Because all the malters are a little bit different. So that keeps that part open for you guys and gals. The second must-have is a adjunct of your choice. Meaning dextrose, rice solids, honey, any of those adjuncts. You have to have an adjunct in there. Your choice, and however much of it you want, it's your choice. The biggie in this one is the hops. You must have the 3 C's, meaning Cascade, Centennial, Columbus. The amount and where you put them is totally up to you. And the yeast has to be an American ale style yeast. That is a huge, wide open door for you guys to drive your vehicles through, your brewing processes through. See, I'm not handcuffing you that hard. I'm not handcuffing you that hard, but I'm making you think. Okay, so that's the pawn round. If you make it through the pawn round and you make it into the night round, which is going to be determining the country winner. These will be your malt, or these will be your presets. These are must-haves in that beer. We would like to have a Red X. That's a great brand out there. But if you're not able to get Red X, then a blend of 80% Pilsner and 20% melanoidine, and it could be 8 pounds and 2 pounds. Red X is a blend. That'll suffice as well. No less than 2 pounds of that blend and or Red X. And a Munich of any variety. A Munich. And I'm going to leave it that wide open for you guys. Hops has to be a noble variety of hops. These are the hops that you have to use in this beer. Meaning, examples, Hallertauer, Tettnang, Spalt, Saz. Do a Google search, noble hops. Those are your hops. We can't throw something else in there that's not considered a noble hop. And a British style yeast. That is round 2, the night round. Then we move on to round 3, which is the world stage. Now, the other part of this is, as we're going through this competition, you're going to be averaging your scores between your beers. So you make it through round 1, you're into round 2. It's going to be your scores from round 1 are going to carry over into round 2, and you're going to average them out. Yeah, that's right. See, that's another little twist. So when you move into round 3, once you get into the world stage, it's going to be a combination of your 3 beers that you've already, that you've got. It's going to be your average of the 3 beers. More on scoring later. Presets for the Imperial round. Checkmate. Malts. Got to have Maris Otter and honey malt. I'm not asking that much. Another must-have has to be flaked oats or a flaked of any of them. It could be flaked oats, could be flaked barley, could be flaked wheat, could be flaked rice. A flaked product has to be in your beer. You also have to include a food additive, and that can be a fruit, spices, nibs, coffee, Honey, really. If you didn't use honey in the first round, you can use honey in the third round. I had to go back through and make sure I had that set up that way. So a food additive of some sort, and the biggie on this one is the original gravity must exceed 1.065. We want to have a bigger ABV, hence the Imperial, hence the checkmate round. So there you have it, folks. This is what we're looking at for the challenge. Now, as a side note, I put this together in a means that allows the extract brewer to still participate. That's right. Think about it. Now listen here. So in round one, you could use any DME or LME could be used as your base. And the rest can be specialty malts for steeping. If you remember back, base malt of your choice, crystal caramel malts are your, so the crystal caramel malts can be your steeping malts. So you extract brewers, you're still in. If you make it through to the second round, the base is still open. You can use any extract. And I would be willing to swap out the Red X for an amber LME or DME and melanoidine as a specialty grain to steep with the Munich. So you guys are still in. And round three, again, your base is still wide open for extract, and you're just using maris and honey as your steeping grains. So this is wide open. It's pitting extract against all grain like we always do every year. Because it ain't about how you brew, your method of brewing. It's about brewing, baby. It absolutely is about brewing. I need a sip of water. So, there you have it. The 2017 Sjporr Challenge. It's out there. It's announced. It's a chess match. Strategically brew your best beers. Questions, concerns, put them down below in the comments. Check us out on Facebook, and as always, like, subscribe, comment, the whole 9 yards. Reach out to us. Let us know if you're in. I'm thinking, people, this is the one to get into. This not only helps you as a home brewer, but it helps our industry as well. It's just good all around. It really is. It's a great, it's challenging. We do things because they are hard. This is Sjporr from Little Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks, and brew beer. Strategically brew your best beer. I'm getting back to my chess game. Cheers.